Good morning, everyone, and welcome to The Total Picture. Today we're getting steamy, so let's get into it. Welcome to the bonus episode of our STEM series, where we're talking about STEAM. So we've been through the four main ideas and schools of thought in the STEM series, where we talk about science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. But today we're talking about a fifth element to that doesn't get talked about as much, but it's becoming more popular to include it into this idea of thinking about major schools of thought, and that is the arts. So we are beginning to add arts into this idea of important schools of thought because it's becoming a more viable option for a career. So art has not always been thought about as the most practical or viable option when you're thinking about schools of study, what you want to do for a career. But in the last 15, 20 years, the arts have kind of transitioned to being a much more needed and valued skill set. So what was usually thought of as kind of a dream job and not your realistic goal can now be something that is valued and appreciated, and people spend their lives devoting themselves to different ideas and schools of thought inside the arts. So before we get too far into this, when we look back, a lot of people kind of look at the arts as, you could be a dance teacher, a pottery instructor. You might be a musician that, plays some local gigs, but no one's ever really lucky enough to make it big. But like I said, in the last 15 to 20 years, people have put more of a value on what studying the arts can do. I actually have a list of different areas where studying the arts is actually very valuable. So architects, engineering, graphic design, marketing, music, and scoring. So when you think about all these things, you're like, okay, I see music and scoring. Think about your favorite movies, TV shows, internet shows. They all have music, they have a soundtrack that helps you get kind of a deeper involvement in there. They help you, give that emotional tie to what you're watching. And then there's things like graphic design. Like, okay, yeah, of course it's graphic design. You're designing things and you're making things look a certain way for whatever purpose. But with that, you have, animation and movies and, TV shows that people love and that make a lot of money for companies. And being a part of the artistic side of that is very valuable and it's needed. And then there's other things like engineering and architecture. These are areas that kind of fall into the original STEM category, but somewhere along the line there has to be an artistic point of view to make renderings, sketches, to be able to create models of certain ideas and bring things to life in a way that just talking about an idea can't. So there has to be some sort of artistic mindset behind these things to bring them to life and to make them, the big piece of reality that they have to be. And then for me, there's marketing. That's all I do here. I'm marketing. That's a career path I chose. And it's partly because there's a little bit of artisticness that's involved with it. I get to be creative. I get to, explore different ideas and how we can best represent things. And there's an artistic writing side of it. There's a visual artisticness to it. And there's a group thought artisticness to it, where I get to collaborate with my supervisors, my boss, and also my coworkers to see how they would like things put across that are happening inside of our company. So the arts are kind of everywhere, and for a long time they got ignored. So I guess the big part of today's episode is advocating for this school of thought. So like I said, there's a growing acceptance of, hey, this is a viable path to take. It's not just, for elementary art teachers or the guy teaching pottery class. It's not just for dance instructors who teach little kids how to do ballet. While all those are very valuable and important, they haven't gotten the kind of recognition and respect that the other four ideas from STEM got. So a big thing that I do in my own personal life is say, hey, the arts are valuable. I grew up as a band kid, and that led me to new opportunities. It got me scholarships to college. And it gave me great opportunities to learn new things, develop friendships, and I see that as being one of the most formative things I ever did. So what I'm trying to say is adding art into this idea of valued schools of thought for professional development and growth is important. It's everywhere. People need it. No matter what it looks like, whether it's designing and rendering a building, creating the new branding for a major food and beverage organization, or putting together a YouTube video for a seed company. It's art. There's a creative touch to it, and it takes time and energy to get it just how you want it. So this is a really cool, really special episode for me. And I know for a lot of people that are interested in art or heavily involved with art, either personally or professionally, feel that the representation is not there. So I'm really happy that we are introducing art into the STEM series to finish off as the S.T.E.M series, because I truly value the impact that art can have in the professional setting, in a personal setting, and on a global scale. Art connects people in a way that not a lot of other schools of thought can. So I'm truly grateful for my experience with the arts. I'm involved with it every day with my job, and it was a big part of my youth. And I'm really happy that we're pulling this into the S.T.E.M category for major schools of thought for developmental and professional growth. So that's today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys can reflect on how arts have been impactful to you in whatever way it is, whether it's your favorite movie score, your favorite work of art, or just a funny show that you enjoy. But anyway, that's all I have for this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. If you want more content from us, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. And if you want even more content from us, you can go subscribe to our monthly Total Focus newsletter. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. See you soon.